Welcome back, Art 3. You should be in the midst of working on your independent sketchbook study, but we're going to take a pause just for, I'd say, 15 to 20 minutes. And you guys are about to do something called a peer review. And what this is you guys will be paired into uh, grouped into pairs. Wow. And then you will be answering questions about each other. And you will be looking at each other's artwork and really trying to give critical feedback or constructive criticism, as I should say. Now, I want you guys to get familiar with this because, again, you will see very familiar things such as documentation and peer reviews in AP Art. However, reviewing someone is a skill you should have, and also receiving feedback is a skill you should obtain. Just because this is something you will see later in life in whatever profession you choose. Now, if you're going to be a boss of someone, you will have to provide some type of review or like a performance review of how your employees are doing. Or if you're an employee, you will have to receive constructive criticism all the time based on your performance. Same thing with the boss. Most of the time, they'll receive feedback as well. Anyway, so I want you guys to get familiar with this because not only will you see this in AP Art, but like I said, you will see this later on in life. Anyway, you guys, like I said, will be paired into twos, and you will be answering these questions. I just clicked out of it because I want to show you that you will actually be seeing this in Google Classroom. So it should pop up in Google Classroom as an assignment, and it's a peer review for your independent study. And then, like I said, it's August 15th. Hopefully my dates are right. But anyway, I just have the instructions here. Make sure you are answering all of the questions in 2 to 3 complete sentences. Do not give me one-liners. And I want you to be talking with your partner as you're writing this feedback. Do not just weirdly type on your Chromebook and not say a word to each other. That'd be kind of odd. But let me go through the questions. So first, of course, put your name and the date. And then who are you reviewing? So make sure you put their name there so it is known. And then I want you guys to talk about the independent study. So make sure you have those out in front of you. And I want you to talk about the layout. What format did your peer use? Like, how are they putting everything together? And then what are ways they could improve? Like, how are they going to finish it? Did they leave space for their questions? Do they need value, like more attention to details somewhere? So you will answer that there. And by the way, this is fillable, so you should just be able to type in here and yada yada. So final pieces. Does the final artwork, or have they even started the final artwork? Do these artworks appear complete? If so, how? And if not, what could be added? Questions. Are the questions thoroughly and properly explained? If so, how? If not, how can be approved? How can they be approved is what I should mean to say. It's okay if you haven't gotten to this part. More so, you are probably going to answer your questions at the close to the end. So if that person hasn't gotten to their questions yet, maybe talk about what they plan to say, and just be like, in their response in person, they sounded like they really understood what they were talking about, and so forth. And then lastly, overall, what other feedback can you provide? So give them good criticism here. Be like, hey, your practice looks great. Maybe think about incorporating it in a cool way over off to the side. And then for your final, maybe draw more attention to it in your layout. So whatever that feedback is, think about what would look best. So anyway, you guys are reviewing each other for about 15 minutes. Be thorough, explain, and that is it. That is a peer review. After your peer review today, you can go back and work in studio time and work on those independent studies. And just a reminder, your independent study is due on August 18th. And yeah, so anyway, that is your independent study peer review. Hope you guys have a good time with this. And yeah, I'll see you guys later in the next video.